So is this going to be like the black and white side shot?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well, if someone's getting their first tattoo, I would say think about why you're getting your first tattoo and be honest about it. And I don't think there's any real wrong answer, but I think you really need to know why.
Pick something that's going to mark this place in your life, and you're going to look back at it with fond memories.
I lecture about tattooing and the history of it. And one of my clients was asked, why do you get tattoos? And her answer might be a little weak, but I think it's got some validation. She said, why is the sky blue?
Just don't be too influenced by peer group. I think it's okay to get a little sorority thing or fraternity thing or some kind of like woodpecker smoking a joint or something. That's okay to have one of those, but realize that, you know, you're marking your body.
Make sure it's something you feel like you can live with the rest of your life. Be tasteful about picking it out and make sure you can live with it the rest of your life.
All of my tattoos mark different places in my life. They don't necessarily are significant towards, but I can tell you who did it, who was there, where I was, what I was doing. And, you know, it's like a story. It's a storyboard.
It's a reflection. My tattoos are a reflection. They're a reflection of who I am on the inside to be put onto the outside. Now, that might not apply to everybody, but I think the most successful tattoos actually are markers of your life, of your journey, and that you can look at them and remember precisely where you were, who you were with, what music was playing, how you were feeling. And those tattoos take you right back to that time.
Be careful, man. Be patient. Be careful. Check it out. Check out the artist portfolio. Make sure that portfolio is actually theirs. They didn't, you know, steal things from somebody else and claim that they're theirs. I mean, you know, let the buyer beware. You have to. You know, you can't take chances like that.
Don't do anything distasteful. Don't do anything gang-related or racist. Make sure it's something that you can live with the rest of your life. I've seen throughout my career the person that comes in and wants a cartoon character. It may sound good when you're 21 years old. When you're 41, it's like, what the hell am I doing with that?
I got a lot of people, most of the time 18 to 25, and they come in and they say, oh yeah, listen, my friend was here 3 days ago. He had this and this done. I want the same one. What? Or they come in and they go like, hey, listen, you choose me something. Or you pick me out the heart. Hey, I'm not going to get tattooed. You're the one getting tattooed. You have to look in the books. I'm not going to do that for you. You know? And a lot of people come in with groups, and they're all taking a heart with a ribbon, and I'm going to take his name, and his name, and his name, and his name. But your next door neighbor, that's not going to be a friend anymore in 3 months. So that's going to be a cover-up again, and you're going to get all these names under each other, and they're all covered up, you know? Names, I don't do names.
My father used to have a saying. He says, somebody wants a name on them, if they want a woman's name on it, he says, you do it as big and fancy as they want it for the same price. Because when they want to get it covered up, it's going to cost them more. Probably most cover-ups that are done in tattooing are from two reasons. Either poor tattooing, or they made a mistake and got a loved one's name, and now it's somebody else's loved one. You know, the tattoo will always be your tattoo. Your wife may not always be your wife or girlfriend or whatever. And I see that every time somebody gets a name on them, I think, well, no, it's going to be until they want to get rid of it.
Make sure you really want this. It's, you know, we have a lot of young kids that come in and want a lot of dumb stuff. And especially, I focus more on the females. Young, pretty girls coming in wanting not a so pretty tattoo. They're 18, they're in this groove of whatever they're into that they're probably not going to be into in 5 years, wanting their arms tattooed or their neck. And I try to explain to them, you know, you're young, you're going to change. These can affect, you know, your life. If you get a job, if you don't get a job. And if I don't think a tattoo is actually going to be nice on someone, I tell them, I don't think you're going to be happy with this. And 90% of the time I can talk them out of it and getting something different, or at least moving the location.
This is hard to correct if you, you know, don't get it done right the first time. I mean, you know, you can get things repaired, reworked, lasered. You know, you have choices, but it's always better to get it right, you know, the first time. So just, you know, choose your artist very carefully.
Some people, you know, they walk around the walls and they look at the work that they're in, and some people think, well, why would you get something on the wall when you can have something custom? Those designs that are on the wall are drawn by the best artists in the business, and they've put a lot of time and love into making those designs, and it doesn't matter whether someone else has it or not. The chances of you running into that person somewhere in the world are slim to none.
My advice would be to walk in the shop, see the atmosphere, start asking questions. Those questions that you should be asking are, do your tattooers have bloodborne pathogen certificates? How do you sterilize your materials? How long have you been established here? Feel comfortable in the space. Feel comfortable with the people in front of you, and look at the artwork. See it for what it is in the book, not subject matter, but quality. Look at the shots themselves, the quality of the photo, the quality of the lines, the quality of the fill, but also connect with someone. Their style may speak to you, and that's the kind of person you want to create a relationship with. A tattoo is a relationship. It is. Your hands are on someone's body for hours and hours and hours sometimes. There's energy exchange, there's art exchange. So you really have to pick the person that you want to put your body in care of.
Sometimes it really breaks my heart when I see what some of the young girls are getting. They're not thinking it out. In other words, large chest pieces was a trend for quite a while. I've seen enough butterflies and skulls on girls' chests to last a lifetime. And there's to see some 18-year-old girl with this big dark blue thing covering up her whole chest for the rest of her life. And I'll ask them, do you ever think you're going to wear a dress someday? Do you think you're going to walk down an aisle someday? Or they'll have a big bleeding skull being stabbed by, you know, some vampire with Hitler laughing on the side. And I always say, you know, have you ever realized you're going to be in a nursing home someday and you're going to have that on you, you know? And they go, no. They're in the moment, and they just think they're going to be 18 for the rest of their lives. And tattoos are, again, marks a point in time, but on the other hand, it's a little bit sad sometimes. I wish people thought them out a little bit better.